So Rob, Lazy Trader has been going for 6 years now. What is a lazy trader and what originally inspired it?
Okay, well basically the Lazy Trader was born out of my frustration of intraday trading, and when I first started back in 2007, I made every single mistake several times in the book, many times over actually, and I arrived at a style of trading which enabled me to make the maximum I possibly could from trading Forex, stocks, commodities, from as little as 10 minutes a day, and that was really born from trading the daily and the weekly charts. And there's this huge misconception that to be profitable at trading, you have to trade the smaller time frames. That's completely incorrect. So the Lazy Trader was basically conceived in 2012, and that was to really kind of give time-strapped people exposure to a profitable style of trading where they can get good results from just trading end of the week or end of the day. And it's really kind of gaining momentum amongst the professional people, like people who work from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You don't have to be in front of the screen all day. And it's really proven to be quite a journey in itself, actually, building this brand online. We have about 300 members at the moment, and it's growing pretty rapidly.
Why lazy? And surely lazy people don't succeed, especially when it comes to trading.
Well, you're very right there. In fact, that reminds me of this rather caustic remark I had from quite an experienced trader, actually. He said, well, lazy people never make money in the markets. Well, you're absolutely right. And that comes down to the attitude. There's a very big difference between the attitude of the trader and the style of the trading. We call it lazy trading, where we've got a proven strategy, a very particular rules for entry, management and exit, where you can basically make the most from the higher order time frame, where you can make money from really just having trading embedded in your lifestyle without having to be in front of the charts all day. So you can be lazy in terms of your strategies and applying them, but when it comes to learning and having that winning attitude, you really do need to be proactive. Like I said to many people before, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And we have all the resources available online for anyone to be a successful trader, but to a degree, it's up to them to apply it for themselves. We have the online modules, the training, the videos, online quizzes. We have a professionally recognized examination even, forums. We publish our live trading results, our live trades, our weekly market analysis. And in theory, there's no reason why people can't do very well. But weirdly enough, people do have very different results, and that is down to their approach.
Rob, in an industry that's rife with false promises and scams, how can people know that they can trust you?
Well, that's a very good question, Chris. The industry is entirely awash with scams and rip-offs, and we pride ourselves on doing something quite differently at the Lazy Trader. I mean, for starters, all of our courses and training, in fact, the entire company, the website, our mentors, are CPD accredited by the CPD Standards Office. Now, they really did take a long, hard look at our offering and went through all of our content with a fine-tooth comb. And we got their blessing last year, and it's been renewed this year. And that's just for starters. I mean, we are also, our mentors are STA standard accredited as well. That's the Society of Technical Analysts. I myself am accredited. And apart from that, all of our mentors have a great experience. I've been training for about 11 years now. I haven't just discovered this new skill, which I'm going to share with you. This has been won over a long period of time and developed thanks to my mentors as well, actually. I've had mentors, I still have mentors, and hopefully you do too. But yeah, we've got a collective experience of about 50 years trading financial markets, Forex, commodities, stocks, you name it. All the strategies we use work on all the asset classes. So you're not just conformed or stuck with Forex. You can move it aside and have more, have it all.
Why does trading have such a high failure rate?
Well, trading has an enormous failure rate, as does having a business online, as does setting up a restaurant. Only 1 in 5 restaurants actually make it beyond their first year, I think it is, something like that. So trading, I mean, there are a lot of pitfalls. A lot of people start trading with their expectations completely out of whack with what is reasonably achievable. And I always say to people, if you want a solid, consistent way to make sustainable returns, then lazy trading is certainly something you can get stuck into quite quickly. But if you're looking for that get-rich-quick, flash in the pan, kind of easy win, easy come, easy go scenario, then unfortunately you're going to have to move your attention to something else. Try network marketing or something like that, because unfortunately you might get smiled upon by the market by a few lucky first initial trades, but if you haven't got a sustainable system, then the market will punish you quite quickly, and my goodness, the market will punish you.
Tell us more about your style of trading and why you trade.
Okay, why I trade? Well, it's quite simple. I trade to make money just in the same way as why I run the Lazy Trader, to make money. It's a great additional kind of thing to do and fit into my lifestyle. I'm quite active in the daytime. A lot of people are very surprised to find this out, but I'm actually not someone who has much of an intellectual fascination with trading. I love what trading can get me, and I really enjoy the disproportionate relationship between the time spent in front of the screen and the financial rewards that trading can get you. So, trading the daily and the weekly chart worked for me for that reason. I have a very big wealth of time. In the day, I can go to the gym, I can meet up with friends, family, and I know it sounds very cliche, but actually I've got quite a short attention span. I like doing lots of different things, having fingers in lots of pies. Trading just happens to be a vehicle which has good capital growth potential, and it's something which I'm using to grow the golden nest egg into my retirement.
Is what you do 100% technical?
No, actually, and that's a very good question. Is what we do 100% technical? Well, a lot of it is. A lot of it revolves around looking at patterns in the chart, looking for recurring nuances. We're also looking for key themes outside of the technical analysis, and these could be, say, for example, Brexit, the Scottish referendum, Donald Trump becoming president of the United States. Nobody really saw that one coming. But what we like to do is we apply the technicals to the chart and have an underlying awareness as to what the theme is. Say, for example, if it's the Bank of England have announced a program of interest rate hikes, then we can reasonably expect that, hey, the British pound is going to rise in value for the long term over this program. So we'll be typically looking, providing we get a technical setup, to buy dips in what we anticipate to be an upward trend. And the British pound against any currency pair for that matter.
Have you had mentors in the past? Strangely enough, a lot of trading mentors are very cagey about this.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Why are a lot of people so cagey about whether they've had a mentor or not? I think it actually helps. In fact, Tiger Woods, the professional golfer, he still has a mentor, and people still look at Tiger Woods as being the mainstay in his profession. And he is. I mean, I've been mentored by several coaches before. A good friend of mine, Kay Lee, he's been a fantastic mentor. Larry Passavento, he's been trading for decades. I mean, the man, and you won't mind me saying this, he's a real veteran in the market. And I speak to him on pretty much a daily basis as to what his views are and whether they correlate with mine. Of course, we don't agree on everything. Why would we? Markets are fundamentally there because it's the difference between the buyers and the sellers, and somewhere in the middle you've got the value. Of course, no one is going to agree on the same thing. If they did, it wouldn't be a market for that reason. So I talked to Larry quite a bit, I talked to Kay quite a bit.
I'm going to expand on that last question. So how do you feel a mentor, a good mentor, how will that develop a person's trading skill?
Well, accountability is key. Like I said to you earlier, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That's crucial. And whenever we do these seminars and have these trainings, so we have a lot of nodding dogs in the audience. And of course, it's very unlikely that everyone in the room is going to go away and apply what we've said. If we have a trade idea which goes on to make 5, 10, 15, 20% return, of course we have losses as well, but say there's profitable outcome, you can be rest assured that not everyone who liked the sound of that trade idea is going to take it. Fear might take over, recency bias, confirmation bias, you might know it as. So everyone's different in that respect. So we cannot expect everyone who's in our community to have exactly the same results. And ideally, when people do come into our community, we want that to be an addition to their learning overall, holistically speaking. Like, for example, what I learned from Kay, from Larry, from Julian. I forgot to mention Julian, who's been a trader for decades as well. I haven't copied verbatim what they have taught me. I've just applied it to what I do to perfect the entry, the management, and the exit. And that's exactly what we say to our students, what they should be doing. They should find a style that they resonate with. Hopefully it's end of day, end of week trading, which is what we do for the numerous benefits it gives you, lifestyle-wise, time-wise, money-wise, potentially, if you do it properly, that is. And there's no reason why they cannot have the guts and the tenacity and the intellect and the bravery to do it themselves and eventually develop their own strategy. I think that really is a defining moment as your development as a professional trader, when you learn new things and you apply it to what you're already doing and you're comfortable with doing that and the results speak for themselves.
So Rob, why do you teach people? And If you're so good at trading, why do you spend all this time trying to educate people?
Great question, and that is one chestnut of a question. Well, like I mentioned to you earlier, I love trading. It frees up a lot of time in my day for me to do what I want, when I want, and more importantly, who I want. But trading, I've always liked the idea of an online business, and I figured I used to be a journalist, and I felt that with my trading, it was the perfect triple win of combining my writing, my content, my trading, and also having an online business. My trading makes money, having an online business makes money. The Lazy Trader has grown to be a recognized international brand. It makes money, and we offer a good product, I feel very strongly, which has been accredited, and we have mentors with great track records, and they've really had their kind of time in the trenches. So it is a win-win-win, really. The one other thing is keep the risk small. That's kind of related to not having an emotional attachment to the outcome of the trade. Risking small, going for trades of high profit potential. This is one big thing which really does help us and our traders, our mentees, really kind of become at peace with their trading. When they risk small, say 1% of their trading account, say they've only got like £10,000 or £50,000, they risk say £100 or dollars of that, which is 1%. And if they're trading a setup, which the setups that we normally go for have high profit potential, say if it's a 3-to-1, whether it wins or loses, irrespective, when they can just set their orders up and walk away, and they can say, hey, if I'm right, I could potentially make £300 or dollars. If I'm wrong, I only lose 100. They will be very much at peace with their trading because it's very much a binary outcome. And that's why we don't really care about news. Another big thing with lazy trading. The news for me is secondary. Whenever people kind of ask me, oh, Rob, it's non-farm payroll day today. What are you going to do? I'd say, is it really? Oh, I didn't know that. It's Janet Yellen. She's doing it these days, huh? And they look at me absolutely stupefied, thinking, how does this guy not know it's non-farm payroll day? The truth of the matter is firstly, I don't really care. And secondly, non-farm payroll day is not atypical of a big news announcement we don't really care about, because ultimately, if you've kept the risk small and the profit potential of a bona fide setup that fulfills the rules for entry, if that is high, say if it's a 5-to-1, so you know that if you risk £100, you can make £500, it's either going to be yes or no. The news is either going to be in your favor or it's not. So if you're a 5-to-1 profit potential and it goes right, it will help to be the catalyst in a trade that makes you 5%. If it goes wrong and it goes the other way, then at least you've lost 1%. At least you've kept that small.
How can people find out more about you?
Well, the first port of call is our website, thelazytrader.com. If you go there, you'll see all of our latest articles, blog posts, trade ideas. You've even got a free ebook and video pack. We're going to have 2 hours of free learning for you. So if you just download it, you just input your name and email address, you can get started. And we've had some very good feedback on this free training, but that will be your first step if you want to engage with the Lazy Trader long term. You can do a lot worse than just downloading it, and it's for free. So keep that credit card in your wallet. And you can sign up. We'll keep you abreast with all of our latest developments, trade ideas, and of course, what we're looking at in the markets long term.